Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm Gamesplaying Raxxon. Hi, guys, just, let's start, let's get this right, So, okay, hi, I've just received a package, it's got Raxxon on the title. I met a guy, he said, I've got to help you out, you've got to get this Raxxon thing, they're helping you with this zombie apocalypse that's coming, So I've got it, it's here. If anyone wants one, I'm sure you'll find a recruiter somewhere on the interwebs. You'll find them. Go looking. I found mine on Instagram. Weird, right? I don't know. But zombie apocalypse, I thought it was only in America. It's in Australia. So, get yourself Raxxon, the kit. It'll help you out. It'll save us. I'm sure these guys are trustworthy. I'm sure we can trust these guys at Raxxon. Do it. It's worthwhile. And scene. Hi! How you going? Let's get that straight. Did you like my bit of acting? Okay, so Raxxon it's phenomenal how they are releasing this game. I am so excited about this thing. I'm so excited I managed to get a copy, and I'm fairly early in the run of things. It's only been available for maybe a month or so. What's happened with this game is the good people at Plaid Hat Games, they'll deny this thing even exists if asked in an interview. They'll deny it. It doesn't exist. They have released a game to 50 people. Those 50 people got given a code of three copies of a code that they can then pass on to 3 friends. Those 3 friends order the game, and with that game comes 3 more codes. So it gradually spreads, just like the zombie apocalypse infection. It's so cool. It's the idea of this game, Raxxon, is that it is a prequel to Dead of Winter. So for anyone who knows Dead of Winter, you know what you're in for. It's a zombie apocalypse type of game. Very different to Dead of Winter, however. This is a purely co-op game. You have a tableau of cards, which are the crowd. You're trying to find the healthy people in that crowd and pull them into another area away from the infected people, the infected zombies, what's going to become zombies. And you're trying to maneuver the zombies into a quarantined area. Every character, there's 6 different characters available in the game. Every character has a slightly different skill. Whenever you use one of those skills, you're going to put a little token on to your card, and that token will mean that something's going to happen at the beginning of your turn each time. And that turn goes until everyone has passed. Once you've passed, you can't step back into the game. Once everyone's passed, then any cards that are left in the tableau, if there are infected cards, that means more infected cards are going to come into your deck, and the deck will then get shuffled and re-dealt out with that number of cards again. You go until you have managed to get rid of all 30 of the healthy cards. I've played it a couple of times. We played it with the setup game, which is substantially easier, as there's only 20 cards to get rid of, and we found we got through it really quickly. 30 cards, a lot harder. There's also a adjustable number of infected cards you can put into the game to tell you how easy or hard. So we played on the very easy level to just get a feel for the game to start with, and yeah, and it's a good little game. What we realised really quickly is that we didn't actually, there's a deck called the Raxxon deck, which is, it's help from this pharmaceutical company. Thematically, there's this pharmaceutical company that has come in with packets like this that help you get rid of the infection, and you can spray stuff on the zombies, and that will theoretically make it better. But if you look really closely, it's not helping. The Raxxon company may or may not be responsible for this zombie apocalypse. They may or may not be trying to take over the world. But that's okay. So there's a Raxxon track, a Raxxon Pharmaceuticals track with, I think it goes up to 8. If that tracker moves all the way up to 8, the Raxxon Pharmaceutical Company has won and everyone loses. Because they get to take over the world. We found that we didn't really use that track much because we were avoiding the things that would cause us to draw cards from the Raxxon deck. The Raxxon deck looks very similar to the Crossroads cards in Dead of Winter. Those cards, if you haven't played Dead of Winter, there's some text on the top, and it basically says if this has happened or if this character is present, or things like that. So you just read that sentence or 2 sentences, have a look around, go, okay, yes, that character is there, yes, that requirement has been fulfilled. If it's fulfilled, then you go on to read the next bit of text, which tells you the bit of story, the fluff text, and usually, then there'll be 2 options. One of those options most likely will either add more infection into your into the deck, or it will move the Raxxon pharmaceutical tracker up that line. There's only so far you can move it up that line until you lose the game, so you've got to be careful about which options you're going for. The one with the moving the Raxxon thing up to the tracker, it looks like a really good option usually from the outset, but you can only do that 8 times, so it could not be the best option when it comes down to it. I actually really like this game. It's a fun little game. There's really, really thematic stuff. I like that. I think the thing I like most about it is that it's a bit of a chase to get a copy of it. I went chasing on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. I think I ended up finding someone on Reddit to get my code. And it wasn't too hard, but you had to be really quick. With my 3 codes, I put them straight up onto a Facebook group that I belong to and said, hey, anyone want a Raxxon code? And they were gone within seconds. So if you're wanting this game, just get on, start looking, ask. Put it out. Anyone got a Raxxon code? Surely someone who you know will come through. You can then go to the Raxxon website and you can actually track how far those codes are going. You can track where they are in the world and how this disease is spreading, and how this cure is spreading, if you like. I actually quite like the meta game of trying to track down this game. It's right in my wheelhouse. I love it when I struggle to find something because it's such a challenge to get it, and then you get it and it's like, yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I really love going after games that are out of print or that are hard to find, because it's just so much more exciting when you get it. The only problem with living that way is it's really, you get frustrated a lot. This one isn't so frustrating to find. It only took me about a week to actually get a code to be able to get it, and it was a lot of fun to then pass that code on to other people. But that's just me. If you're someone who likes to walk into a shop, pick up a game off the shelf and go, oh, I guess I'll buy that, then look, you know what, it may not be worth your effort, but it's a fun little game. It's worth the effort to get it. It's a fun game to get as well. Some people have said that it's a little bit too easy to get through it. I think that, yeah, it was pretty easy on the easy level. On the more challenging levels, it's a little bit more thinking and a little bit more of it's a puzzle. Let's be honest, it's a puzzle of which actions do we need to use in order to be able to clear this particular tableau, and being able to get your head around that puzzle and work cooperatively with all the other players to be able to do that is really helpful and a really good thing, I think. So if you haven't come across Raxxon, if you haven't even heard of it, now you have, you're welcome. If you have heard of it and you weren't sure what it was, go on and watch my videos. You'll see the Gamesplaination and then the Gamesplayed. I'll play through a couple of turns so you can get a feel for how it does run. It looks relatively simple in those first early turns. As you get towards the later turns, near the end of the game, you'll find there's a lot of infections on the table and it's really hard to clear them. So that's where the real challenges come. But you'll get a feel for the game anyway. So I hope this helps you get Raxxon to the table. I hope that you get a really good feel for how Raxxon plays. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you've got any games that you wish to be Gamesplayed, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thegamesplainer to see what games I've been playing. Check out my blog, thegamesplainer.wordpress.com, to read about my adventures in gaming each week. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.